Did you know that Alcatraz Island is considered one of the most haunted places in America? This infamous prison, shrouded in mystery and surrounded by icy waters, has a dark and chilling history. Al Capone, George Machine Gun Kelly, and Robert Stroud, the Birdman of Alcatraz, all served time within its walls. The prison was designed to be inescapable, a place of utter isolation and despair. Guards reported strange occurrences. Inmates claimed to hear whispers and screams in the dead of night. The constant feeling of being watched, of an unseen presence, permeated every inch of the island. It's no wonder that even today, with the prison long abandoned, stories of the paranormal continue to draw curious visitors and thrill-seekers alike. Is it just legend, or is there something truly sinister clinging to the island long after the last inmate left? While Alcatraz Island is a popular tourist destination during the day, visiting after dark is strongly discouraged. The island transforms at night. The shadows grow longer, deeper, and the silence is broken only by the lapping of waves against the island's rocky shore. Uneven terrain, crumbling structures, and the ever-present darkness create a dangerous environment. Imagine standing on the deserted grounds, a cold wind whipping around you, the ghostly moans of unseen gulls echoing in your ears. The weight of the island's history, of the suffering and despair endured within its walls, feels suffocating. It's easy to understand why many believe that the spirits of former inmates and guards still roam Alcatraz. The energy there is undeniable, a palpable reminder of the darkness that once thrived on the rock. Alcatraz housed some of the most hardened criminals in American history. One of the most infamous inmates was Al Capone, the notorious Chicago gangster. Legend has it that Capone, once a powerful figure, was driven to madness by the whispers of a former victim. Visitors claim to hear the haunting strains of banjo music said to be Capone, desperately trying to entertain his tormentor. Another notorious inmate was Robert Stroud, known as the Birdman of Alcatraz. Despite his nickname, Stroud was never allowed to keep birds on the island. Some believe his spirit lingers, drawn back to the place of his final confinement. The history of Alcatraz is riddled with daring escape attempts. The most famous, involving brothers John and Clarence Anglin and Frank Morris, remains unsolved to this day. They left behind dummy heads crafted from soap, hair and paint to fool the guards. Did they succeed in their daring bid for freedom? Or did the unforgiving currents of San Francisco Bay claim them? The mystery continues to fascinate and intrigue. Some believe that the spirits of the escapees forever tethered to the island contribute to the paranormal activity. Visitors and staff alike have reported disembodied voices, cold spots, and shadowy figures. Are these simply tricks of the mind, fueled by the island's eerie atmosphere and dark history? Or is there something more at play? A group of thrill-seekers seeking adventure and a glimpse into the unknown decided to ignore the warnings and venture onto Alcatraz after dark. They snuck past security, their hearts pounding with a mix of excitement and trepidation. The island was eerily quiet, the only sounds the distant foghorn and the lapping of waves against the rocks. They explored the abandoned cell blocks, their flashlights cutting through the darkness. One of the group, a young man named Jake, lagged behind, drawn to the oppressive energy of the prison. He found himself separated from his friends, swallowed by the shadows and silence. Panic started to set in as he called out for his companions, his voice echoing unanswered through the empty corridors. Then he heard it, a guttural growl, low and menacing, coming from the cell directly in front of him. He didn't wait to see what awaited him in the darkness. He ran, not stopping until he burst through the gates, gasping for air and drenched in terror. To this day, Jake refuses to speak about what he experienced that night on Alcatraz. Alcatraz Island is a place of undeniable historical significance. It's a stark reminder of a darker time in American history, a place where hope seemed to vanish behind bars. Whether you believe in the paranormal or not, there's no denying the eerie atmosphere that permeates Alcatraz, especially after the sun sets. The potential dangers of visiting Alcatraz after dark are very real. The island has a way of getting under your skin, of amplifying your deepest fears and anxieties. So the next time you hear someone talking about exploring Alcatraz at night, share these warnings. Remind them that some places are best left undisturbed, especially when darkness falls and the veil between our world and the next grows thin.